And very soon I started to realize that, hold on a minute, a lot of people, everyday people that walk by us, they have some fascinating experiences and stories that, you and I could learn from. So very quickly. Hi, Happy New Year, the first video of the year. If this is your first time on my channel, please subscribe. So I just thought it's a new year. I'll just talk a little bit about what last year was about. I'll talk about what my project is about. And yeah, let's see where we go with it. So stay tuned. Okay, so a lot of people have been asking me why I'm doing what I do. How did it start? So I'll tell you very briefly. I have a project called 1,000 Faces Project and then 1,000 Faces Worldwide. So I started with 1,000 Faces Project first. So it started off as me, an amateur photographer, trying to improve my photography skills by myself, through watching videos on YouTube, reading, hanging out with other photographers, etc. I found out that the more I went to photograph people, portrait shots, headshots, portraits, that's what I really love. I realized that every time I went out to photograph somebody, we would talk for ages. We would talk about their aspirations, we'll talk about their goals, we'll talk about their, what's been hard in life, we'll talk about what's been good. And very soon I started to realize that, hold on a minute, a lot of people, everyday people that walk by us, they have some fascinating, unique, amazing, outstanding experiences and stories that, you and I could learn from. So very quickly I thought, hey, I'm doing this photography project. Yeah, that's cool. But then I also want to tell stories behind these faces. So that's how 1,000 Faces Project become 1,000 Faces Worldwide. So the worldwide is the interviews. The project is the photography. So basically, combining both of them is 1,000 Faces Project. So last year I did a lot of interviews, and I had an amazing time going out, finding out, inspiring people in the UAE, particularly in the UAE, some in England as well. And I had a lot of fun getting to know people. I was inspired on another level last year. And I've had a lot of people ask me, like, so far, who has been my favorite person to interview? I wouldn't say I have a favorite person. They're all my favorite, but the one that really, I think, stood out to me the most, I think it's got to be the Queen of Dubai. It's got to be Sandy Saxena. She is an amazing, amazing, amazing person, and so is everyone else that I've interviewed, but Sandy is just so full of life. Interviewing her, sitting next to her and interviewing her, she just exudes this, this passion and joy for life, and I learned a lot by being with her. I mean, she embraces life, and she has this motto that she goes by, that she has to do something that she's never done before, every year. And I just thought, wow, that is an incredible way to look at life. So, her interview is one that I've watched over and over and over again, because there's some nuggets in key nuggets that she talks about that I think you and I, would benefit from. So if you haven't watched that, go back and click on my interview with her, but watch the other interviews as well. I mean, I interviewed the first UAE rock artist. That was pretty cool. I got to play the drums with him, and he was on his guitar. I interviewed the CEO of Runway Dubai. I mean, that's like one of the biggest runway shows in the whole of the Middle East. My first interview was a couple of years ago with Kim, the bald model. I mean, again, a confident woman, so these interviews that I'm doing, I am growing and I'm learning from them. And I do hope that, everybody out there, that's watching it, you're taking something from it as well. So my hopes for this year are to keep on finding inspiring people that you and I would enjoy listening to their amazing stories. I really want to grow my YouTube channel from what it is right now to 1,000. And that's something that I learned last year, actually, because I thought, just put videos out there, people will subscribe, millions of people will start watching. No, it doesn't work like that. It's really, really hard, to get subscribers. So I'm hoping that as I continue with my journey and as I am dedicated, passionate, that I would, my viewership would grow and subscribers will grow as well. So that's one of my targets this year. So definitely to continue to make more videos, more inspiring videos, and to take more photos. Because I actually have neglected the 1,000 Faces project part. I did neglect that last year, and I concentrated a lot more on the videos because I was enjoying it so much, meeting people and doing interviews. But I completely forgot that, hey, it started off with taking portrait shots of people and headshots of people. So this year I'm hoping to do a lot more photography shoots with people, and also a lot more interviews. So this is a question people asked me a lot last year. Why don't I think about celebrities? Why don't I reach out to celebrities and interview them? But the reason I started this was because I was fascinated that the person who I walk by could have a story that could change my life. You know, a person that I'm sitting next to, you know, at a bookstore or in a cafe, you know, could just have overcome something that is mind-blowing, but, you know, I don't know, you don't know. So the reason I started this is because everyday people like you and, you know, you and I, we have unique stories. So I wanted to keep it like that. But there are two celebrities that if I had the chance to, I would love to sit down with an interview, would be Genevieve Nnaji. She's a Nollywood actress. And actually, I have interviewed Genevieve Nnaji before. She came to the UK a long time ago when I was a presenter at Voice of Africa Radio in London. She came to premiere her film, 30 Days. And I remember a friend of mine put me in contact with her agent, and I got to speak to her, and she was like, yes, I'd love to do an interview with you. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to the premiere because the day of the premiere was my sister's wedding, so I missed out on actually meeting her. But I did tell her that, we won't be able to come because of my sister's wedding, you know, that takes priority, obviously. So yeah, I have interviewed you before, Genevieve, if you're watching, it's me. I would love to sit down with you now, face to face. So if by any chance you're watching, drop me a like or something, I don't know, but I would love to sit down with you and, you know, do an interview. The second person would definitely be Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has one of those stories that I just think, anybody, it's just mind-blowing. I mean, if you look at his background, and if you look at how quickly he got into boxing and how he, you know, got into the Olympics and very quickly into the boxing ring and became the #1, you know, world heavyweight boxing champion. It's just absolutely, you know, outstanding to me. So he's the second person that I think I would really, really love to sit down with and interview. Yeah, so those two would be the first on my list if I ever was to reach out to celebrities. Yes, there are loads more, there are plenty more, but you know, those two would be my first. So my advice before I say goodbye to anybody who's watching and who cares to listen is make 2021 the year you do something great. Like Sandy Saxena says, she always does something, you know, outrageous, something, you know, wow, at least once in a year. So I would say take a leaf from her page and do something wow, do something fantastic with your life this year. Make 2021 the year that you said yes to that thing you've always wanted to do. You know, we have stubborn excuses, and I put my hand up. I'm too tired. That's my excuse. I'm too tired, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm too lazy. I don't have enough, you know, support. I have too many assignments. My children, you know, my work, all of that. Those are, I call them stubborn excuses that, you know, they just kind of follow us. And they, you know, we wear them and they stop us from progressing, you know. And I feel like while some of us are not moving, other people are making a different decision and they are moving and they're making things happen for themselves. So I think 2021 is the year, even with what's going on, you know, it's quite tough for people. I understand that. It was a tough year last year. But there were some successful, amazing stories, even during what's going on. I mean, people were able to meet their goals. So it's not impossible. All I need to do is have enough passion, be persistent, have confidence, you know, let go of things like fear, doubt in yourself, you know, what people are saying, all those things, just put those aside and just put on confidence, particularly, you know, and put on persistence and just go for it. And I tell you, you will get there. You will get there. You just need to keep trying over and over and over again. So happy 2021, more interviews, more photos. Go to my website, which I have totally neglected, www.1000faces.com. I'm going to be working on my website this year, definitely. And I've got some merch as well. You know, so if you're on my website and you want to buy a merch, and actually the colors on my t-shirt I don't know if anybody could guess what those colors represent, but they do represent something. I'll be talking about that a lot more this year as to the project, why I chose this actual logo and what the logo means. So I'll be talking about that this year as I interview people. So keep supporting, subscribe, share with your friends, the interview with your friends, and drop a comment also, because I would like to know what you think, or who you think I should interview next, and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for all those who have subscribed, who have supported me, who have encouraged me. Thank you so, so much. And yes, lots more to come in 2021. Genevieve Naji, if you're watching, 2021. I'd love to interview you again. Bye, enjoy your day.